Since 1973, Tattoo Charlie's has been an established body modification studio in Kentucky, featuring world-renowned artists and piercers, currently with locations on Preston Highway and in Lexington, a staple point in the tattoo community. Learn more at tattoocharlies.com. Set up your appointment today at 7904 Preston Highway. Our tattoos are done while you wait. Hey, are y'all in a band? Do you need merch for shows? By now I'm sure you've seen all the Metal Forge patches that are available, along with many more. Well, the printer I use for those is UKR Patcher. Check them out on Facebook and Etsy. They do awesome custom work and for extremely affordable prices for any band budget. Check them out, UKR Patcher on Facebook and Etsy. Hey everyone, do you play tabletop games like D&D and Pathfinder? Well, hit up Eric at Imagination Studios. They do custom printing for all your minis for gameplay. Don't forget, they are a licensed Reaper, Artisan Guild, and more printer and dealer. Hit up ImaginationStudios502.com for more info. That's ImaginationStudios502.com. EMAGINATION Studios502.com.
Ashball presents Metal Fest 9, the Jeremy Wade No Cancer Fighting Weekend. 30 bands, 2 stages, 2 hellacious days. $15 per night or $25 for the weekend. Includes fishing and camping. Metal Fest 9, sponsored by Imperial Tattoos, the Bill TV Network, Dark Star TV, and Mike Taylor Sound. Hosted by Metal Forge Radio, with special guest, Cold Steel Rail, Shovelhead, Year of the Gun, 2-Pump Jump, Cross Joint, Overload, Juke Joint Revival, Fudge Knuckle, and SWP, Dustin Swaggart, Nightshade, Celestial Serpent, Nothing's Wrong, Hidden Solace, Call Me Monster, Devil Be My Judge, Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, Automalized Buried, E Flat, Until the Dead Walk, Creature of Exile, Eulogy and Blood, Bradshaw, Metal Fest 9 at the Boondocks Event Center, bringing havoc back to the farm. Friday, July 24th, Saturday, July 25th. In Shepherdsville, Kentucky. For more information, check it out on Facebook, Metal Fest 9, the Jeremy Wade No Cancer Fighting Weekend.
Thank you for tuning into the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson and I am your host. The premise of the show is pretty simple. Awesome interviews and awesome music. If you want to contact me, hit me up at metalforgeradio@gmail.com or visit the website metalforgeradio.com. And now, let's get this show on the road. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, July the 3rd, and it is the Metal Forge, and I'm your host, Mark Jackson. I hope everybody's doing well out there. But today I have Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat coming onto the show. I'm going to be playing a couple of tracks from them, talking to them about their upcoming Metal Fest 9 performance, and a few other things, you know, some albums and stuff like that. You know how this stuff goes. So yeah, having a good time. Now that summer's upon us and we've spent all of spring without being able to go to any live shows other than streaming shows and stuff like that, what are your thoughts on going to some of these festival shows that are still happening? Like, for example, Shepherdsville, Kentucky Metal Fest 9 is happening here in a couple of weeks, with over 30 bands. I know they're doing some stuff like the encouraging PPE and social distancing. I know they're going to do, more than likely, they're going to be screening temperatures. There's a few other places in town that are doing the same thing, where they're going to be limiting their shows to one that I saw online, they were limiting it to 50 people, and they were doing all of the pre-sales. And if you showed up to the show and you got your temperature taken and you had a fever, they were turning you away and reselling your ticket, but they were giving you the refund as well. So what are your thoughts on some of that stuff? Shoot me a message, on the Facebook page, on the website, whatever. I just want to hear about it because, back in on the 27th of June, there was a concert in Tennessee, and it was Chase Rice, country artist, and they hit an all-time high day-to-day of COVID-19 breakout. It was 1,140 people. There was only allowing a maximum of 4,000 fans, but if you look at any of the pictures, there's no masks, there's no social distance, nothing. You go to a show and you're in the pit, everybody's down in front. That's kind of how it was there. That's not going to fly going forward, at least not for a while until there's a vaccine. Give me your thoughts on that. And just onward and upward, I appreciate all you all for tuning in, the Patreon subscribers, the 3 or 4 of them that are there, like Ryan Tomes, Evan Walsh, and Sean Tyler. I appreciate every one of you all. I know it's not much a month, but hey, it's a little bit of something, and after it builds up, I'm able to get a new pair of headphones or whatever to help promote the show. Anything to help promote the show. I can pay for ad funding for sponsored posts on Facebook because of that. And they fucking are awesome people. And if you all want to feel like you can do that, do $1 a month, that's nothing. It's patreon.com/metalforgeradio. You get mentioned on the shows, you get a thank you and all that stuff. And there's other tiers on there as well. Stuff where you get swag like shirts and patches and stickers and all of that stuff. But yeah, I appreciate every last one of you who listen and subscribe. That's the biggest thing, is getting subscribers. Because the more people we can share this to, the bigger the show's going to get, and the bigger giveaways I'm going to be able to do. And the next giveaway I have is going to be on the July 24th episode with Wraith. And I will also be coming on Facebook Live that day from different points to do other things, because I'll be at Metal Fest 9 that day, and we're going to be Overload's going to be performing, Fudge Knuckle, SWP, so many awesome local and regional bands to Kentucky, Indiana. There's a band from Tennessee. There's a band from Wisconsin coming in. Awesome. Have fun. All right, and I want to give you all some preface on this. Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat are a doom noise-ish band. We'll explain all that in the interview later on. So this first track is going to be long. So kick it in, sit back, enjoy, because there is going to be some other stuff coming along, okay? But seriously, enjoy this. This song that I'm going to play... All right, and this is from the Hexahedron album from Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. This is Venus. And I am being joined on the phone with Josh and Chuck from Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. Gentlemen, how are you today?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. So how's summer treating you guys? I mean, I know everybody's just kind of been in a holding pattern with COVID-19 and everything else. I mean, are y'all writing new material?
Yeah, we got some new material in the works. A lot of heavy stuff. We're really excited to get it out there for everybody.
That's stuff that we started working on before quarantine and all that stuff happened.
And then it just got even better, didn't it? Because you had so much more time.
Actually, that was, I'm one of the essential people, so I haven't had any free time. But with all the natural state of the world and everything it is, I think that kind of feeds into the writing process, definitely.
Understandable. I get that essential worker stuff too. So in my day job, yeah, I wish I could be getting together a lot more with the guys, but it's how it is. So tell everybody out there in Metal Forge land, how did y'all start? What is Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat? Tell everybody about that.
That's your story.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Just to kind of sum it up a little bit, a few years back, about 8-9 years ago, something like that, I was in a band that fell to shit. Josh was in a couple of bands that fell to shit. And our lives were in a really kind of dark place at the time. And we had been in another band a long time ago together. And we started jamming and decided that we wanted to do, something doomy, something heavy, something a little different from what we've been doing from our other projects. And yeah, it's been great, actually. But that's pretty much the sum it up. There's a whole lot more there to it, but save that for the book.
Absolutely. I'm looking at your Bandcamp page, and it looks like you all have, 4 albums / EPs, singles?
Yeah.
Looks like there's Being, Hexahedron, Bitterroot, yeah, and Noise in the Key of Death.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how does the writing process with it work? I mean, because there's the two of you, correct?
Yeah.
Usually I'll jam out a riff on guitar and, just hanging around the house or whatever, I'll come up with something and I'll shoot it to him across the phone and he'll kind of key that in his head. And then next time we get together and practice, we'll just hash it out, build off of it.
Right on. So you are both from the same area?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. We're about 15 minutes apart originally, but now we live in the same town.
Oh, right on. Well, because see, so many bands I've interviewed in the last 6 to 7 months on the show have had members like somebody will be in Chicago and somebody will be in Fort Wayne. So that's always an interesting dynamic to ask. What do you actually get together to practice, or do you FaceTime practice?
Oh no, we actually get the FaceTime practice wouldn't work for us. We usually get together on Mondays or Tuesdays, and I live like right down the road pretty much from where Josh lives, so it makes it kind of easy. Even in like shit weather, I'm usually able to make it over, and yeah, we usually only have a couple hours when he gets home from work and stuff to play. So we pretty much don't waste much time, and just kind of hash everything out that we can.
Definitely.
And yeah.
So out of the 4 releases that you currently have that are listed on the Bandcamp page, do you have a favorite song or release out of all of those?
Do you want to go on this one, or let me do it first?
You
Well, it actually is a couple, because all of them have a special place in our hearts, I think. Most of the stuff is different from what we play live a lot of times, which confuses some people, because we also don't just do the doom sludge. We also tap into like our noise stuff and ambient stuff.
Right.
And Bitterroot is the only one out of all those, and that's one track. It's the only one we've ever played out live out of all those. And it's my favorite for the simple fact that it was our first time really getting in a studio and recording stuff the way that it's, to be semi-professional, I guess.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and and then I would also say my other one though is Noise in the Key of Death. That one's got some cool stuff on it. It's a mixture of ambient noise and harsh noise and black metal, and it was fun to record. So those are mine.
Yeah, because I'm kind of noticing a trend of on things. It looks like they're 9, 10, 13, 29-minute long songs.
Yeah.
That's awesome, because I don't think there's a lot of people around, especially in the Kentucky area. There's a few that you could name on one hand that do that. And then I've always loved stuff like that, because it's just like getting lost in the music.
Completely.
And the noise and the, what can you put in there?
Yeah.
Well, it's not just what can you put in, but what can you leave out? We definitely hit moments of minimalism just to give a breath to it all, And then we also have a fifth release that's not on Bandcamp anywhere, and it was a limited release cassette that was a weird noise live mixing session that we did. It was like 64 minutes of absolute insanity.
Yeah.
It was only released on cassette.
We couldn't release it on Bandcamp because we kind of used some samples we weren't sure of.
But right on.
Yeah, it was called Genesis. So if anybody's listening has Genesis, keep a hold of it. It's cool.
Yeah, if anybody has a copy that they want to get rid of, hit me up. Because I want to hear it.
There's a lot of people that want to get rid of it after they listen to it. But
no, because I'd like to hear it. If you could have written a song or an album from somebody else, what would it be?
Like if we could write something that's already out, like
something. It's that thing of, damn, I wish I wrote that.
Oh,
what would it be for you?
Damn, that's a tough one.
I know, because there's so much stuff that means so much to people.
I mean, I could go off and be stereotypical and be like, the original Black Sabbath song, but.
Mostly people just say Master of Puppets.
Well, yeah, but because I could also say like Dope Smoker from Sleep.
Ooh.
And maybe I don't know, maybe an AC album. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think? You got any ideas? That is a tough one because I mean that's something that's like when you're in those moments and like you're hanging out with your friends or whatever, or you're listening to whatever. And you're like, man, that is such a cool riff. I wish I could have done that, whatever. So, like, in the right moment, I'd be able to, like, probably name 20. But at the moment, I can only name a couple that come to mind.
Understandable. I dig that.
Yeah.
Why music?
Why not?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I start off, I've always been artistically involved. Like, that's just who I am and what I do. I went to school for art and studied photography and sculpture and all this crap, and nothing was ever really getting out what I wanted to get out. And I'd always dabbled a little bit with guitar, and then finally just all the pieces kind of fell together, got a band together, and realized that, well, this is it. This is how I can give a voice to all the things that's inside, or all the thoughts that I'm feeling, or whatever, And so that's why.
I gotta say, talking about Josh being artistic, is the fact that he also is the one that has designed our covers, as well as our merchandise and things of that nature. So, yeah, it definitely comes in handy. But I've also got to say though, when it comes to like to add on to like pop music, I growing up, I was like screaming at people, to be perfectly honest. And up until this band, that's all I did was do vocals. And I didn't actually consider myself a drummer until a couple of years ago. And we've been in a band for 8-9 years together now.
Oh wow!
And now I understand the power of the beat and screaming at the same time.
Definitely,
which is fun.
It really is, and I think it's one of those things that I think that's what we all have to go through when we find our musical identity, is where we start and where we end up.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be a drummer in a band. I fuck around on guitar. I fuck around on bass. I can pretty much fuck around with whatever like instrument you put in front of me. whether it'll be good, I can't promise that. But I have been known to throw out a few riffs here and there that aren't too bad. And but I've tried playing string instruments in other bands, and I'm not good with bass on guitar. Like I'm horrible. Drums and vocals. That's pretty much where I come from with that.
And we've definitely used, Chuck, you've played guitar and bass on some of our recordings, structured songs around that.
Yeah.
I'm not good at anything except for guitar and noise and synth, but and the occasional vocals if you can get me there. But
still working on it.
Yeah.
Right on. So you said you'd never thought about playing drums in a band before. Did you play drums before this band?
Yes. Because I started playing music when I was like 10. I was given a guitar, and here's the bad part. I was given a guitar at 10, got an electric guitar at like 13. Didn't learn how to play them in tune until I was like 25.
Wow.
Yeah, I just didn't care. Like but I never really. I was like, okay, I'll just scream. I've been in probably about 5-6 bands since I was like 15, and I was always told I was a good front man, and also like playing drums because I kind of like being able to do something besides just doing vocals. Instead, because like a lot of times just doing vocals, I'm wandering around on stage, not having any clue what I'm doing.
Okay, I mean, me being a vocalist, somewhat of a vocalist, I should say, I kind of get that. So,
yeah.
What inspires you to write music? Pretty deep question.
Inspires to write music, man. Misery, self-loathing. That's pretty much that. That was pretty much the inner struggle. That's pretty much what kind of keeps us motivated. As fucked up as that sounds, it's almost kind of the type of negative mindset to a degree. It's like, okay, feeling this way. This is just our mindset. This is just where we are. Let's use it to a positive instead of the negative. Right. And it's sonic therapy.
Definitely. I can relate to that 100%.
Yeah.
Do you listen to yourselves musically? Not as a critique factor. As like, do you pop something in the MP3 player, CD player, whatever, and just chill out and listen to it?
This is a yes or no answer. Because yes, I do. Josh, no, I'm pretty sure. Do we listen to our own stuff on our own time? Not for critiquing, just no. I listen to our stuff frequently, just because I really enjoy it, and also when writing, I put it on because it really puts in that mindset. Josh, why don't you listen to our music?
I don't know. I guess because I like playing it better than listening to it. It's definitely listenable. Like I don't ever feel like, oh, this is crap. Why would anybody listen to that? Like that never comes across my mind. But no, I'd rather play it. So at the end of the day, I'm just gonna sit there and play it. So listen. I guess maybe I want to listen to it live.
There you go.
Right on. I can definitely dig that. It's one of those things to me that's just like, you would rather play it versus listen to it, because it's part of the being an artist thing, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate to that.
I like the feel of it. We get plenty loud. We tune pretty low, so you can feel it hit you in the chest. It's nice.
Absolutely. So when you, Chuck, when you were saying that you like to listen to it before writing, is that to catch a flow, to build something into something else?
Well, writing is, I write stories and stuff too. So I like to listen to ambient, dark sounding stuff. And I feel like if the music we're playing helps me in that, like in the regard of playing music, as well as be able to get that out, it could also help me in writing my weird little scary stories.
If you could have played any concert from days gone past, like, a Woodstock, an Isle of Wight, Donington Festival, walking, what would you want to play?
There's a couple for me. I think mainly I would have liked to have played one of the house chord, one of the Phil Anselmo's things. I would have liked to have played the house chord show or whatever it was called. That'd been cool.
I'd like to have opened up for Pink Floyd at Pompeii.
Yeah, yeah. That
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, it would sound like shit, but it would be fun as fuck,
Metal Fest would be fun too. Yeah.
What's that?
I said Metal Fest would be fun too.
Yeah, that's coming up here in a couple of weeks. July 24th, 25th, at the Boondocks Event Center in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. If anybody is going to be there, come on out. You're welcome to wear your PPE and all that stuff. Just like I said last week, don't throw that shit on the ground. Dispose of it properly, because nobody wants to be having to pick that shit up.
Yeah, well, real quick though on that is going to be really interesting. I'm really curious about this because this will be the first show. We were originally supposed to have 3 shows in July, and they were all canceled, obviously.
Right.
And then I was asked by Alan if about us playing, and it was kind of like, all right, well we'll see where things are at that moment. We'll say yeah. So I think we're both really curious on how it goes with the social distancing and people wearing masks and not wearing masks and all that stuff. I don't know. You might see us leave the merch booth. You might not.
Understandable. Same thing for me, because my band's playing that show, and I'm going to be there doing interviews with other bands for the Metal Forge and all that. So it's definitely going to be an interesting weekend for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any awesome surprises you want to tell us about for that show? Are you going to play one song the entire deal, or
we could?
We could. We
could.
About it.
We have one that I would absolutely love to get in the works, and it's a juggernaut. It's about a 30-minute juggernaut, but
nice.
I don't think it's going to be ready by then. We will be. We've got at least one new one.
At least one new one
going down.
Yeah,
and then we've got a new shirt that'll be available that I did the art for, and I love it. And that might, I don't know, be patting my own back, but I think it'll be a good job.
Hey, I am a merch hound when it comes to stuff like that. I love shirts. Trouble is, most bands do not get them in my size. But I love patches, love buying albums, all kinds of stuff. So the more merch, the better, in my opinion.
Well, then come see us at the show then.
Definitely.
Take a gander.
Hey, why not? I will definitely be there for sure. When you all do perform, is there a I don't know, I'm not familiar with your live show per se. Is there any city or venue that you say, I love this place and I will play there no matter what?
God. There's a few places I like to play. We've only played, honestly, we've only played a few different venues, with the time that we've been playing shows live.
Highland Tap Room is a super fun place to play.
Highland's always good to us. People are always good. It's always a fun time. Almost to the point where I have to pretty much be thrown into the car to leave because I don't want to leave a lot of times.
Right. Well, nobody wants to leave the tap.
Right. Magbar is the other one that we always have a good time at, and we play a lot. Yeah, it has a homey feel. Everybody knows your name. Cheers.
Yes, very much so, and I'll agree with the Magbar on that. I do like to ask the general questions. Do you have a favorite film?
I do. Go for it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original.
Nice. At least you didn't say the remake.
I like the remake. I thought it was a good remake, but I definitely prefer Gunnar Hansen as my Leatherface.
I agree.
And I'm a Hooper fan, so.
Awesome. Yeah.
So, you have one of those?
I think that my 2 defaults are always going to be Shaun of the Dead and Fight Club.
Those are 2 good
fun.
But we can't talk about the second one, though.
Okay. Of course.
Okay. Oh, okay. Duh.
Oh, cheap pop. Yeah, that's what this is. That's what the show is all about, is getting a cheap pop from somebody, I'm sure.
Right.
Uh, do you have a favorite food?
Mine is going to be, I'll take a cheeseburger over a steak.
I'm going to go with that too. I really like Chinese food, but I'm a big burger guy. So yeah.
Right on. Do you all do any of the burger challenge things or anything like that?
No, but after we leave a show, we find McDonald's and have band burgers. we pick out on burgers after a good night of playing. That's a ritual.
That's one of the things that I've noticed. It's either two things. It's either, the McDouble or Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the entire the band deal.
I'm a big Taco Bell guy, but I'll take a big double.
Right on.
Too far away from our venues.
Yeah, really.
Do you have an ultimate jam? And by ultimate jam, what I mean is the one song or album that constantly, no matter what it is, you could be happy, you could be sad, you could be pissed, that always comes back to your media player.
Bar X, Rockin' Them.
I'm sorry?
Bar X, Rockin' Them.
Right on.
I would, God, there's a couple, but I think I'll name an album that actually really inspired this band. The band The Body, their self-titled album. That's one I play religiously. Yeah, that one.
Awesome. I'll have to check that out. I'm not familiar with that. Do you have a Spinal Tap moment?
Do we have Spinal Tap moments? Yes.
Do you have a Spinal Tap moment you would like to share?
Nothing too ridiculous, but actually, here's a good one. We were supposed to be playing a show here in our hometown here, at this little venue during court day, and we had planned something different. We were going to play half noise, harsh noise stuff, and then I was going to hop on the drums, and we were going to go into our doomier stuff. And when we were getting ready to do the exchange from noise to drums and stuff, Josh's amp wouldn't work. And it was one of those moments where you're just like, oh, this is a tad embarrassing. But that's the one that comes to mind for me, is just the amp just not wanting to work. And then it ended up being something just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. It's just a little fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you feel gypped and you're like, this is a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, yeah. It's completely
Right. Oh, that's always the worst. Amp problems if you're a guitar player or a bass player. I hate it.
Yeah.
Because then there's nothing more embarrassing, I don't think. You can slip and fall down, and there's no, and that's fine, because people are just like, holy shit, dude, are you okay? Your bass goes out. They're like, we can't hear you. It's like, fuck that shit.
Our first show that we played at Green Lantern in Lexington, I could not figure out why I could not get any sound. And, because I was kind of racked with nerves and everything. And I looked down eventually after messing with all my cables and everything and realized that my tuner was still on.
Oh.
So that, that was a good.
People liked it though. They didn't even pay attention to that. They liked it.
That was a good set.
That was a good.
It was like one or two times I got to play there.
But as long as people like it, that's all that matters, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That outweighs everything.
Mm-hmm.
Slip, fall, pull your cords out of your amps. People are into it. It doesn't matter. It's the way I've always seen it. What is your greatest achievement as a musician?
Greatest achievement as a musician. Honestly, this band. And the reason I say that is because every band before this one, where something didn't work out and the band broke up, or I was kicked out or whatever, I've quit music so many times it's ridiculous. So the fact that I'm doing this and loving doing it is and I've still got the bug for it, it's an accomplishment to me, the fact that I've actually progressed as a musician, as a drummer, and all that stuff, as well as a vocalist, and that I'm still doing it, and I'm using it for positive instead of being a negative Nancy about it.
Right on.
If that answers that question for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that completely. This band has been great in the sense of previous experiences have been good, really good, and I've enjoyed working with the people that I have. But we actually have this really nice workflow, and being the two of us, two-piece, there's this really nice dynamic. It's a yes or no. There's not 5 people you got to run an idea by. It's like, hey, does this riff work? Yeah, it works. Fuck it, let's rock it then. And there's something really liberating about that, fun, and I think it comes through with what we do. As far as most recently, I think a small achievements is I don't even remember when that was, but when we actually got to finally play out of state.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Small things, but we were in southern Indiana.
Yeah. That was cool with a lot of good bands too. So Artwork for the Blonde and Yoji and Bud and those guys.
Love those guys. Saul and Roach.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I had to throw down. We had a blast. I probably had too much fun, but I had a blast. We both had a blast.
Definitely. And both of those bands have been on the Metal Forge before. You can check their stuff out in the archives.
Nice.
So, hell yeah. A couple more questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to take one from James Lipton. Do you have a favorite curse word?
It's either fuck or goddamn it, because I say them both frequently.
Right on.
Yeah, mine's probably gonna be fuck.
Awesome. I mean, hey, it's simple and to the point, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. I get it. Awesome. And now, the final question is: if heaven or hell exists, what would you like to hear when you arrive wherever it is you think you're going?
Is this like kind of the same thing as your wrestling entrance song, or what?
Yes, this is your WrestleMania entrance.
Right.
Wherever it is you think you're going, what do you want to hear?
That's tougher than the one about which album you wish you wrote. For one, I guess if I go to heaven, I don't even know what I believe. I don't know. I guess I would hope that it would be taken into account that it would be said to me, "You've been good. You make a choice. Where would you rather go?" I don't know. And if I go to hell, if it exists, I'm hoping I'm hearing Slayer, Rain and Blood on repeat.
Why can't Slayer be in heaven?
Well, couldn't it be like what, Striper?
I don't know. No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know. I thought I had something clever to say. I really don't.
Molly Hatchet flirting with disaster. No.
Yeah, right.
Whatever floats the boat.
No, not at all.
I'd be okay with a lot of earth. I think that'd be a good tranquil way to enter a place and fill it out.
Yeah.
Right on. So tell everybody out there how they can get a hold of you, how they can go buy music, merch. Tell everybody about that.
We're on Spotify. Apparently, I think we're on Apple, so you can buy stuff there. Maybe Amazon. I don't know. Bandcamp, obviously. Facebook. Facebook will forever and always be our easiest way to get a hold of us. And that's, our most current going on. I think you've got an Instagram set up for us.
Yeah.
We've been dormant, unfortunately, through all this.
Yeah, we really haven't.
Because we were planning to take all this time to build and write before any of this stuff happened. We were planning to use these few months to just really gather our strength and come out this summer hard hitting. And then everything happened, and of course I was forced to work in, and we've not just had the time to do it. So it kind of sucked the wind out of ourselves,
Yeah.
Right.
Facebook Facebook, Bandcamp, Spotify.
Yeah.
We appreciate each and every listen and play and spin that you'll give us a chance on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of long play stuff, like you mentioned. It's not all palatable because it is noise. There's different walls in there, but there's also some very meditative drones, that are nice. So
and going back to the Facebook thing, that like you said is the best way to get a hold of us, and it is. It's also if you see some merch or or asking about merch, hit us up on there, and then we'll figure out the rest because we don't really have a store set up or nothing yet.
YouTube, I think people have posted videos of us on YouTube, and that's a great way to see what we do live because again, what we do live is so different than what we have up online, which is stupid, but that's just us.
There's videos on the Facebook page as well, but there's some good ones on YouTube.
Definitely.
Can I go ahead and can I shamelessly plug my podcast real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay. I do a podcast called The Nasty Nation. It's part of the Romero Pictures Indie Brigade community. And I also do it's also connected with Nasty Nation, and it's called Graveyard Talk, and basically talk about a little bit of everything that's horror related, sometimes music as well. And you can find that on Spotify, Anchor, Pocket Cast, and a bunch of places. So yeah, there's that too.
Right on. Now, do y'all want to give any shout outs to anybody before we go today?
Shout outs?
Yeah,
no.
No?
Not that I can think of.
No hi mom or anything? Or any fuck yous you want to tell anybody?
Oh, we won't go there. There's plenty of fuck yous, my friend, but we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. But no real shout outs around that.
Shout out to all the people ever. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody that ever listened to us and liked us and still likes us.
All like 12.
Yeah. You got 12 now?
All right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. What do y'all want me to play of your all stuff?
Ooh.
You just want to do that one? Noise and Key of Death?
Yeah. Yeah. How many songs are you talking?
I can play whatever you want me to play.
Well, something off Noise in the Key of Death. Which track are you? I'm talking to Josh here. He's looking.
Sky.
Yeah, the Sky and Earth is a good one, and then
murky, nasty, black metal stuff.
Yeah, and then for shits and giggles, if you want to play anything else off that album, go right ahead too. It's all
awesome. Awesome. Well, here it is. This is from Noise in the Key of Death. This is going to be Of Sky and Earth from Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. Since 1973, Tattoo Charlie's has been an established body modification studio in Kentucky, featuring world-renowned artists and piercers, currently with locations on Preston Highway and in Lexington, a staple point in the tattoo community. Learn more at TattooCharlies.com. Set up your appointment today at 7904 Preston Highway. Our tattoos are done while you wait. Hey, are y'all in a band? Do you need merch for shows? By now I'm sure you've seen all the Metal Forge patches that are available, along with many more. Well, the printer I use for those is UKR Patcher. Check them out on Facebook and Etsy. They do awesome custom work and for extremely affordable prices for any band budget. Check them out, UKR Patcher on Facebook and Etsy. Hey everyone, do you play tabletop games like D&D and Pathfinder? Well, hit up Eric at Imagination Studios. They do custom printing for all your minis for gameplay. Don't forget, they are a licensed Reaper, Artisan Guild, and Moored printer and dealer. Hit up ImaginationStudios502.com for more info. That's ImaginationStudios502.com. EMAGINATION Studios502.com.
Ashball presents Metal Fest 9, the Jeremy Wade No Cancer Fighting Weekend. 30 bands, 2 stages, 2 hellacious days. $15 per night or $25 for the weekend. Includes fishing and camping. Metal Fest 9, sponsored by Imperial Tattoos, the Bill TV Network, Dark Star TV, and Mike Taylor Sound. Hosted by Metal Forge Radio, with special guest, Cold Steel Rail, Shovelhead, Year of the Gun, 2-Pump Chump, Cross Joint, Overload, Juke Joint Revival, Fudge Knuckle, and SWP, Dustin Swaggart, Nightshade, Celestial Serpent, Nothing's Wrong, Hidden Solace, Call Me Monster, Devil Be My Judge, Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, Automalized Buried, E Flat, Until the Dead Walk, Creature of Exile, Eulogy and Blood, Bradshaw, Metal Fest 9 at the Boondocks Event Center, bringing havoc back to the farm. Friday, July 24th, Saturday, July 25th. In Shepherdsville, Kentucky. For more information, check it out on Facebook, Metal Fest 9, the Jeremy Wade No Cancer Fighting Weekend.